Thank you for joining us. I want to welcome you guys to the very first Real Talk conversation where we want to just bring up pain, where we want to talk about gaining and having possibilities and achievements in the midst of negative situations. As you know, if you may not know about me. So let me tell you a little bit about me right now. My name is Kalila Bruswell, and there's a lot of things that I've been through in my life. I've grown up in a midst of a lot of things. So you name it, I've probably been through it. Neglect, abuse, rape, high school dropout, high school graduate, college dropout, college graduate, different kinds of physical, mental things, depression, suicide. The list goes on and on. It is what it is. Life has sometimes been very difficult, and it's been an interesting thing in terms of what it means to survive through it, what it means to sometimes see something and not understand what it means at the time, what it means to have a storm in front of you, and then what it means to, at the end of it, see the blessings that come out of it, to see the positive things that come out of it. You know, it's a very interesting thing in terms of life situations. So I can give you a couple of examples of things that I've been through. So growing up, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Growing up, I had my mother, my father, an older sister, and a brother, and they meant the world to me. They really did at that point in my life. I grew up with with some dysfunction in it, and every time something happened, I learned to get through it. So I'm not going to give you everything tonight. I'm going to give you bits and pieces of it. My love, Jamie, I have been trying back and forth to get you on this call, and I don't know what's happening, my love. So we're going to keep on trying, okay? So basically, things that have happened to me have been at a young age. I have been a high school dropout because I've been raped. Thought that being rebellious and going out into the world and having a lot of fun and not listening to my parents because I thought my parents were too strict had its consequences. I've been through things where I know pain because I should be a mother. I should be a mother twice, and I'm not. One was because oh, here we go. Did it happen? Yay! People, I want to introduce you to a wonderful and amazing woman. We're going to stick a pin in my conversation right now. Miss Jamie Yamanaka is coming on to the call right now, and she's a wonderful person that I've met over the last few months, maybe since about the end of January, beginning of February. She's a little fireball. She is a wonderful person in terms of her spirit and trying to be very positive. She's a woman that at the current time is trying to do things with women's empowerment, and she's trying to do things where she's coming out of a place where she's grown, and now through her growth, through her understanding, through her wisdom, through her life skills, through the life issues that she's had, she has been where she wants to help her community. Jamie is so amazing. Hi, Jamie.
Dish, we got this. You know what I had to do? I had to get on my cell phone to do this.
I just want to welcome you to the conversation, Miss Jamie.
Thank you, baby. Now my only concern is how do I do this call and drink my wine at the same time?
We'll do this. We're gonna have wine.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna drink the wine. I'm gonna figure it out.
So I was just telling people about how wonderful you are and how amazing you are, and just a little bit about, you know, your personality and your spunk, and just in terms of She likes to have fun like I like to have fun, and we kind of keep each
Mm-hmm.
other accountable. Like we'll be like,
To
okay,
the
what are
fault.
our goals today? What are we doing? How are we achieving? So that's the kind of person you're supposed to have in your life. So I'm gonna bring this
I am.
conversation down.
I'm glad that I could join though, so thank you.
You know that, right? So yes. Okay, so Miss Jamie, I've been on here for introduce yourself. Tell people who you are, what you do, what are some of the things that are motivating you right now. Let's have a conversation. Go girl.
I love it. Well, guys, hi friends. For anyone who doesn't know me. You know what, actually, baby, I'm going to introduce you because I know you've been talking and you've been telling great things and telling your story, which is an incredible story. I like to tell people that, like, to be honest, I've only known Miss Kalila here for a couple of months, and I think what's really incredible is after 2 weeks of knowing her, I did a women's empowerment event, and I asked her to be a speaker, not because I knew exactly what she was going to be talking about, but because I could tell her energy. Like, this woman, if you meet her when she walks into a room, she owns the space. Okay? And this is a woman who I didn't know she's been through all this shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Facebook. She's been through life. This woman has been through life. And the posture that she brings each day gives me strength, right? It's like if somebody can go to the depths of darkness, come out the other side, and have this positive light, this positive energy where she wants to give back because she doesn't want other people to go through that. That's somebody I want to align myself with. That's somebody I want to spend my time with and who I want to invest in because I know that they're going to continue investing in other people. That's who I want to be. So that's why I love spending time with you. So Ms.
Oh,
Kalila, thank you so much for having on this.
I love it. Oh, thank you, Mama.
That's the truth. I
Just-
think you are a rock star. So when Khalil is talking about we are each other's accountability partners, we are friends, we are, we're working on different projects together, uh, and we call each other the rock star crew. It's because, why not? Why would you not want to aspire to be something great with somebody great? So we are aspiring for greatness and we keep each other accountable to that. And we call each other rock stars because we see the greatness in each other. And sometimes it's hard to see it within yourself. And that is my own personal struggle. It's hard to see it within yourself, and it helps to have somebody else remind you of it. So when I think of somebody great, which is you, Kalila, and I hear her say something positive that reminds me about our greatness, not my greatness, not her greatness, our collective greatness, that helps bring me back to a focus and to an energy space where I can continue to deliver and be and act in that space of greatness. So thank you. Thank you for having me, Kalila. You're amazing. Happy to
Aw,
be
thank you.
here.
Okay, now that we spent the time, lifting each other up, because which is what we kind of really do, which is what we kind of really do. Tell me a little bit about you. I see a lot of people on here, and give them a little bit
Yeah,
of background, who you are, and what it is that motivates you and pushes you and gets you to a
totally.
place where you want to achieve great things and you see possible
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yes. Well, hi guys. Hi, Em. Emily's like one of my oldest best friends. Actually, I've known Emily for most of my life. Hi, Adam. Hi, baby. Hi, Bianca. She's from Calgary. I love this girl. Hi, Anna. Hi, guys. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Thanks for joining in. A little bit about me. So I don't like talking about myself, and it's actually been a source of one of my pain points because not finding my own voice has left me quiet and silent. And what that has meant for myself is that I haven't been able to step into a lot of my greatness because I've let my own fears hold me back. And by not speaking up when I need to, I have not stepped into a space of power. And I have done that to myself. So I am a recovering self-sabotager, is what I
At
like
least
to say.
acknowledge. At least you can
Wait,
acknowledge it.
that's the the first step. I also had to apologize. I have a little bit of a cough that I'm just coming over. Um,
Mm,
but for me, my story is, I mean, I've started out in the martial arts at a very young age, and growing up in a space that is very different, many different people floating in and out of your lives, where the mat is the great equalizer. There is nothing like a dojo space. The community that comes out of a space like that, where you are facing adversity with other people. Oh, and speak of the devil, not speak of the devil, but Sensei Jason Bilodeau just joined in. Hi, Jason. How's it going? So Jason is somebody who's known me for my whole life. So when I say that I've grown up in a dojo, I mean I've literally, as a child, grew up in a space where I was trained and teaching and learning and surrounding myself with incredible positivity, incredible people who are striving for greatness and pushing their boundaries in every way. When we talk about martial arts, I mean, I've done traditional martial arts for my whole life, and it is not just a physical act. It is very much a mental battle. You're training to be a warrior, and a warrior is a state of mind. So a warrior is somebody who stands up for somebody else who can't stand up for themselves. So I would spend a lot of my time fighting for other people harder than I fought for myself. And it has only been in the last little bits of my life where I've realized in order to pour out, I need to pour in. So that has been my personal, my own personal path and my own personal journey, because as much as I am empowering other people, I need to stop for a second and empower myself, because I have enough love in my heart that I can give and give and give. And I have strong enough shoulders that I can hold the weight of other people. But at one point, it feels like you are running in quicksand. And there's only so far I can get in my own life by continuing to invest in other people more than I invest in myself. So that is part of my own personal struggle. And what I'm so excited to have is a community of people once more who can lift me up, bring me back to a space where I can learn and relearn and retrain my brain, because this is where it all starts. The hardest battle you will ever face is between your own two ears. Every single day you are faced with yourself and you have to fight that battle. It's the hardest battle you have to face every single day. So I'm so happy to be surrounded by a community of people who are helping me reframe how I'm seeing the outside world, how I'm seeing myself, and the actions that I take. Because you know what? I can talk for days. It doesn't matter. What matters are the actions that I'm putting out into the world, how I'm changing, and how I'm striving to be a better person each and every day.
I want to say hi to Tay and Pastor Black, who joined us. Dwayne Keenan joined us. Miss Nicole joined us. We've got a couple of great people on online watching us right now. Peace and love.
Hi, Sensei Selwyn.
So let me ask you a question. What was it that made you like to get to this? So you came out, me and the lovely Jamie are part of a group of, we're kind of like achievers, but it's not like overachievers, just people that want to finally obtain what it is that we've always known in our lives we were supposed to do. And so you now have started an initiative called Ignite, where you're talking about women empowerment. What was it that got you to a place that made you actually want to start doing that, like having that?
I love that. That's a great question. So for me, Ignite was a platform. And when I talk about women's empowerment, I'm talking about self-empowerment. Each woman has their own struggle, their own path. And it's not a platform that says that women need to be sitting at the same, being the same as a man. We are very different. It's leveraging off of our differences and our strengths that we bring to the table that are different. And Ignite was just a platform for people to have that would elevate their voices, because my story is different from your story, is different from other women's stories, and all of our voices, all of our stories, all of our collective experiences are valuable. And we each just need a different space in order to activate on that. So Ignite was a space for us to, and when I talk about myself finding my voice, that was it. Like, that is an opportunity for me to create my own platform. If I don't start today to have my own voice, then I'm going to be waiting forever. So one thing that I've really been ingraining, and what this community, the Matrix group, which Mr. Nelson has really helped to ingrain, is you are the leader that other people want to follow. I am the leader that other people want to follow. And by reminding myself of that, by each of us, not just me, by each of us reminding ourselves of that, it means that we are not waiting for somebody, for the right person to come around to tell us, this is how you do it. This is how you find your voice. This is what you have to do. When I say that I'm a recovering self-sabotager, I mean I've been waiting. I've been waiting for the right person. I've been waiting for somebody to be like, this is the path that you need to take. This is how you
It's
do it.
not even just, oh, this is the path that you need to take. It's definitely a wonderful thing when you have somebody that's already gone down the path. So it's really,
Yes.
because we have people. So I understand when you're talking about the platform, because I have the My Life is a Testimony platform, and it's really
Mm-hmm.
because it came out of me understanding there wasn't a voice for certain things and a conversation needed to happen, which is again
Absolutely.
Real Talk platform right now. But it is a very interesting thing when somebody that comes to you is somebody that is older, wiser, has the knowledge, and is saying, I've gone through certain steps and now I'm going to show you how to go through certain steps.
That's
And
exactly it.
I've got people on this call, like for example, Miss Shanta is gonna be, I'm gonna call you out, my love. She's one of my spiritual little sisters, and she looks up to me, and she's like, Key's been through all of this stuff, and I let her guide me because she's been through stuff and she knows how to get through it, and that's what coaches for us in terms of saying to us, you are. He's gone before us, and now
Mm-hmm.
he's saying show you the way. And not only have I gone through this route once or twice, but I've done it so many hundreds of times that you feel safe enough and confident enough in who he is as a leader,
Yes.
and it's just an amazing thing. So definitely I get it. I get it when you want to do something, don't know how to do something, and then when somebody finally comes around, it's like it's a breath of fresh air.
That's it.
What one of the things is though is one of the things that we have to talk about is like your fear. Like people have this fear in terms of because they've never had it or they've never been exposed to it, they're
Mm-hmm.
afraid to grasp it and go for it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you believe, or not even when you believe, when you understand that you are deserving of something or that you can obtain something, like me and Jamie have two different, spiritual beliefs. I believe in God, and I believe that in terms of what it is that when he's like, I have a direction for you to go in, baby, but I need you to believe that I'm going to get you through it. You don't need to know the whole journey, but just know that I've got you step by step. And
Mm-hmm.
when you believe in him, or you believe that you can have something, you start to allow yourself to go step by step. But you have to take that first step. Like you have
Yes.
to believe in yourself and take that first step. Like you
Yes.
guys don't understand. Like me and myself and Jamie, we're just like everybody else. We're just
Mm-hmm.
like the people that are watching this right now. We're just like everybody else. But what
Yeah.
happened was is we woke up and we said, I don't want this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So the
I need to
option is
change.
what you're used to, or do you change it? And then when you change it and you shift it and you become to accept that there can be a shift in your life, all of a sudden people come into it, mentors come into it, opportunities come around, possibilities come around. All of a sudden
Yes.
you're achieving things because your mindset has changed.
Yes.
I
Because it's
mean,
not how, yes. Love it. Because the world does not exist as we think it does. The world exists as we see it. The world exists as we are. We see the world as we are, not as it is.
right?
Yes.
When you're like, I want to talk to those guys that are like there's people on this call that are on this call to support us. They believe in us, or they believe in who
Hi,
we
friends.
are. Talk a lot, but the fact of the matter is that we've just decided to enough is enough.
Yeah. Shift our brains. Shift our brains, shift your life.
And you can do it too. And you know
Yes.
why you do it? You can do it because somebody else has already done it. There's
Oh,
evidence.
yes.
There is already evidence out there that the direction that you want to go personally in your life is possible, because
Mm-hmm.
if you look around, other people have done it already, right? They don't necessarily have situations that me and you have been through, but we have done it already. And in us doing it, and other people doing it already, it's proof and it's evident. I was saying to Jamie earlier on today that, for example, we have this friend Adam. He's Adam
He's
Ross. He's just
awesome. Hi,
He's
Adam.
talking
I think he's on the call. Hi, Adam.
Adam. Adam did this video the other day on Instagram. It was just like he's on the balcony and he's looking over, and he's like, you know, um, he's looking over the city and he's looking over the buildings, and he's like, at one point in time, this used to be completely bare, bare land. And then somebody had a dream to build a building. Somebody had a
Hmm.
dream to build a park. Somebody had a dream to build a neighborhood. The neighborhood that you live in was used to be bare, but then somebody had a dream and made it attainable. The very
Hmm.
house that you live in is a dream. The very car that you drive in is a dream of somebody's. They made it happen. So the
Yes.
question is everything around you is evidence that somebody's dream, goal,
Yes.
mission, something became
A
into reality.
reality. Yes.
The fact that we're sitting here like going on internet with each other right now,
So
at one
cool.
point like impossible, but somebody said, I know I can make this happen.
Yes.
And
So
it
cool.
happened.
Yes.
So, and it started with one belief, because I can tell you right now, there have been people in your life that are like, you can't do it, you can't achieve it. Coach
Hmm.
likes to call them spiritual vampires, because they want to drain you and suck that life or that positivity or that ability for you to think that you can actually obtain something or that you are actually deserving of it.
Yes.
We allow the negative to control the positive, and we need to change that mind shift.
That's it.
We will go through stuff. I say this to my cousin all the time. Shout out Junior. We say this all the time in terms of
Hi,
there
Susan.
will be there will be pain.
Hmm.
I will push through. I will not be the same next year.
I love that message that you have. Yes.
But it's true. Like, I think sometimes people have this conversation where they think that everything's going to be like completely everything's going to be rosy. Oh, honey, are you? Oh,
Good. Keep going. Keep going. It's
you're,
good. It's good.
you're
It's good shit. Keep going. I'm coughing.
having a pain, and she's like, I'm gonna make it. I'm um. There's this thing where we seem to think that everything's gonna be okay, and then when it's not, we get all flustered, or we feel like chaos is happening. And the truth of the matter is this is part of life. Something that has been very interesting to me, that it's so weird that I'm only getting this, and I'm like, okay, I still need to. I'm like, I'm 40 now. I'm 40 now, and I'm only getting this now. Every time that I've
Every
been
day
through,
is day one. Every day is day one.
um, everything that has been negative in my life, the list, the things that you look at and admire me about, those are the things that have made me strong. Those are the things that have developed my character. Those are the things that have given me wisdom. We need to stop looking at struggles and challenges and different things in a negative perspective. And we need to actually start thinking about it in a method that it is actually building us up. If I didn't go through the challenges that I went through when I was a teenager, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. And I
Yes.
love the today. And if you look at our seniors as they get older, they really stop caring about who says what, who thinks what. They're going to do what they want to do, and they're going to be
Love
happy
it.
with it. The older you get, the more you become freer in yourself, and the more that you understand the challenges are going to grow you. Like, so when something happens, like I lost my I lost my cell phone an hour before this live was supposed to go on. Like, there's a point where I freaked out, but then there was a point where I actually just went, you know what? We're going to figure a way around this. And Lord,
Absolutely.
where does the phone is? It's in the slip between the cracks of, when it goes in
Oh my
between the
God. You're
car
hilarious.
and mine.
You are hilarious. No, and I love what you have to say because you know what? I've got to do a shout out. Hi, guys. Hi to everybody who's watching. I know we've got a question that's coming on here. Hi, Scott. Hi, Donald. Hi, Carl.
Oh,
Susan.
good.
And you know what? Yvonne. So I want to do a quick shout out because Yvonne is jumping. Yvonne's watching. Hi, Allison. Hi, guys. And everything that you're talking about, the struggle that you go through today, if you don't go through it and push through it and have that vision for the future, for tomorrow, you will not be the person you are today. imagine who you're going to be in 2 years, in 5 years, and imagine the story that you're going to have to tell. One thing that I love that Mr. Nelson, who, if you're just joining in now, he's one of our mentors. He's a business mentor to us. He's also he's an incredible mindset and leadership coach. And one thing that he has said in the past is, your story is not for you. Your story is
Mm,
to inspire other people. Like
yeah.
your story is not just for you. It really is, like, the mountains that you're facing today, they are there for you to climb and for you to share with other people so that they don't have to go through the same struggle, right? We can leverage off of each other's knowledge, right? Imagine if you had somebody who could come to you and say, you're going to have pain, exactly like Khalil was talking about. You're going to have pain. It's going to be hard. You are going to struggle. You will face these mountains. You can overcome them. I've done it. You're going to have to do it yourself, but you know that there
Yeah.
are people who are going to help you along the way. That is an
Yeah.
incredible place. That is a beautiful space.
The thing about it is, it's like, if you were to actually take a moment in time and review something that happened to you in the past,
Mhm.
you would recognize that there were blessings and angels and
Yes.
people and circumstances that went in your favor. And it might have seemed like the whole situation in its totality was like devastating and catastrophe, like just ridiculously, like catastrophe. But there were things that actually still gave you peace or happiness or laughter or joy or
Hmm.
understanding through it.
That's
Like, you know what I
exactly
mean?
it.
Like, we don't look at this. So I've got a question here, Miss Jamie. So I'm
Yes.
gonna ask it, and I'm gonna see what you have to say about it. It says, what do you think for those who have the outlet and or platform but are afraid of confronting or accepting the responsibility that comes with leadership path?
I think that's an amazing question. Hi, Tay. Great to meet you. Great question. Um, Everything that we're talking about today really is focused on personal development, and it comes
Mhm.
from our own struggles. And one thing um, that has really resonated with me is when our coaches said that there are the devil's three best friends: doubt, fear, and worry. And when I talk about the devil, it's not a devil outside, it's the devil within. So when you're talking about people who have the outlet and platform but are afraid of confronting their responsibility, afraid of stepping into their own greatness, that resonates very personally with me, because that's where my own self-sabotaging has come from. I've let that fear control me, and rather than stepping into my greatness, I've let an external thing or a fear control me. And I cannot tell you what the right answer is for any one individual. All I can tell you is that it has held me back. And the worst prison is the one that exists within your mind. And my greatest fear, greater than taking a risk, is looking back in 5 years and realize that I did not take a risk, that I did not take a chance, right? That, I think that is now my bigger fear. So now when I'm faced with the fear of, like, not taking responsibility, or not stepping into a responsible place or a leadership position, or letting fear control me, I reframe my brain. I reframe the question, and instead of letting this short-term space control me, I think ahead to the future. I create a vision for myself, and I let that drive me. I make a decision for who I want to be in 5 years, and I let that help drive my actions.
I'm going to come back. I'm going to give my 2 cents on this question. But one of the things that we were definitely talking about when you're talking about vision, I think one of the things that we don't do is we always leave our vision in our head, and we need to
Mm-hmm.
make our vision become reality. One of the key things that I've been learning in the last few months is the fact that you need to create a vision board. I
Mm-hmm.
think I posted this a little while ago. So originally I had a board, like a cork board, and then I realized it can't fit my vision because my vision is so big.
That's a
What I want
great
my
place.
like, I have a boating license. What do I want my boat to look like? What are some of the
Cool.
things that I want to achieve? So when we're talking about vision, we need to start making them reality and putting them in places that they're becoming visual. Because when you take the time to actually take a vision and put it in front of you, and it's in a space that you'll see every day, it makes you want to obtain it even more. Whereas if you just
Absolutely.
keep it in your mind, it can come and go, and it won't motivate you as much. Okay,
Absolutely. And I
so I'm
think
gonna put.
Tay, oh, I'm gonna say,
Nope.
I'm gonna add, Tay, I think one incredible point in that is surrounding yourself whenever you get stuck in that place, surrounding yourself with the right people, right? You are
Yeah.
the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with. That's why I make choices
And
about who I'm spending my time with. Um,
you're
but but surrounding yourself with that positivity, surrounding yourself with other people who are striving for something greater, who will hold you accountable. At the end of the day, it's up to you to make your own decisions, but people who will hold you accountable for your own greatness. I mean, I think that's an incredible space. So, if you're just joining in, guys, hi, Donald, hi,
Hi.
Allison, hi, Vince, hi, everybody. Oh, and I was doing a shout out to Yvonne, who's still watching because she has an incredible story. I mean, if there's any way that I could like link her in or loop for you, Yvonne, we're gonna do a Facebook Live. We're gonna do a Facebook Live because she has an incredible story. Yeah, exactly, right? She has an
Put her
incredible
on.
story about how she has driven forwards from her own mental space and affected incredible change in her life. And that is like when we're talking about pain, and I love the acronym that you came up with. I think that is inspirational. Um,
Aw.
it is, it's inspirational. Um, that is those are just the kind of people that I love, right? Because those are the people who are striving for greatness in their own life, and life is not for other people. It is for you. It is for you each and every day. And if you can want it for
Okay.
yourself, then everyone else will have it.
So I'm going to put my 2 cents on this to Mrs. Tay's question. And if you guys have other questions, thank you first and foremost, Tay, for putting it out there. If you guys have some other
Hmm.
questions, start sending them out there. Like, this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be having a real life conversation about stuff. So if you'd agree,
I love
let us know.
conversation.
Thank you. Keep those likes. And if you have a question, let's have a conversation. So fear is it's a very interesting thing. I used to let fear control me. But then from a spiritual perspective, I came to realize that fear was the enemy not wanting me to achieve the destination and the dream and the goal in which I was supposed to achieve.
Hmm.
In terms of, every time there was that fear behind me about, oh, should you do it? Oh, should you talk to someone? Oh, should you actually allow yourself to be in that position? I got to a place where it was just like, you know what? When I actually stepped into it, when I actually allowed it to happen, the blessings and the positiveness and the happiness and the joy that came out of it was remarkable. So I actually
Mm,
started recognizing that the fear was stopping me from having something wonderful in my life.
that's
And
exceptional.
the
Yep.
thing about it, I'm going to flip this around. If the people in your life right now, so like again, Tay is my little sister, my spiritual little sister. If I had let fear stop me from starting the platform of my life as a testimony, I may not have never met you. I may not have even
Mm,
had the joy and the peace and the love that I would have had. I would have had those special times. I would have had, I'm going to say this to her, no one's going to understand it, but he wasn't ready yet. Like, there's so many little one and twos that I have with her. And I have this with her because I went and I stepped into what it was I was supposed to become.
hmm.
I was supposed to become this person that would speak about issues, life issues and pain because other people were going through it.
Hmm.
If I didn't go through my pain, if I didn't get to the place where I was like, yes, I'm gonna have this conversation, you wouldn't be in my life. And I am so thankful that I have her in my life. I wouldn't have you, Jamie, in my life. Do you know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? People don't even understand, like me and you having this conversation right now. This is me after a car accident. This
Hmm.
is me after having to take time from the world and the busy life and all of those different things and being really trying to just figure stuff out. So think about that. For those people that have that fear, there are people that overcame their fear so that you could get into a place where you could have growth, where you could have love, where you could overcome, where you could become something, where you could accept things in your life, where when everything else was so negative, somebody else was putting something positive into you. So now it's actually your turn to pay it forward. Because if
Yes.
I didn't have all those people that were there for me, they didn't put it into me, I wouldn't be able to put it into you. I wouldn't be on this live with you right now. So,
Yes, that's exactly it. I completely agree.
I'm going to say that you having fear is actually telling you that it has to be done. It's your confirmation that whatever it is that you have the fear about is actually confirmation that you need to go down that leadership path.
Get
And
it,
that's what
girl.
I'm,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. That's exactly it. And everything that you're
I try,
talking
I
about.
try.
Yeah, try. I love it. Oh my God, I had to do a shout out. Hi, Julie. This is my sister who just joined on. I actually just got to see her this past weekend. It's my sister, Julie Cicchini. I'm Italian, if you couldn't tell. I'm Italian.
Yeah.
But no, but I completely agree with everything that you said. And what you're talking about too is so poignant because we're attending this incredible event. We're actually both helping to promote this fantastic event this coming weekend.
Right.
Excuse me. If you are just joining in, it is with the incredible Mr. Les Brown. If you have not heard of him, I mean, this is somebody who's been doing mindset training and personal development. I mean, my dad used to listen to him back in the day, right, in the 70s and 80s, before personal development was even a well-known thing. And we are so lucky and blessed to be working with somebody who is being mentored by Les Brown. So I mean, it's the law of attraction too, right? What you're putting out there into the world, when you're overcoming your fears, you're meeting new people, right? It's exactly what you were talking about, Ms. Kalila. And let's see, do you want to, excuse me, do you want to read out what your little sister has said?
Say that again?
Do you want to read out the comment of Tay?
Oh,
Because I think it's
okay.
beautiful.
Just
I think it's
a
incredible.
comment about this. I love that she's so like Tay is so upfront. That's why she's my little sister. Okay, she goes, I agree, and it's a problem of stigma. It's the problem or stigma that vulnerability is only a bad thing.
Ooh,
I'm a firm believer that vulnerability also keeps everything pure, real, honest, which can only translate to positivity in your life.
I love
Mwah.
that. I think
That's
that's
why she my little sister, because you know
yes.
she got some brains up there. Not just beauty, but she got brains too, girl.
No, that's beautiful. And I think being vulnerable is something that's hard. When we're talking about hardship, being vulnerable is hard. I mean, I know for me personally, if I can speak honestly and be vulnerable, um,
Aw. You see this? My poor lovely baby is like hurting over here in the midst of her own pain, and yet she's still like, I'm gonna have this conversation because this conversation needs to be had.
it's important. It's important. So to be vulnerable for me is to um, acknowledge that asking for help and saying when I'm not in a good place has been really hard because people's expectations of me has always been so high. So when I do start to be honest and vulnerable, I'm like, this is my life. It's not great right now. I need a friend, I need some help. I need to just let it out. People are like, "What are you talking about? Your life is great." I'm like, oh, okay, Gretchen, I just can't be vulnerable. No, that's fine. You obviously have very high expectations of me, and I'll just continue to try and live up to those. That's great. So being vulnerable is not an easy thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a practice. It's a practice of going through hardship, and something that when you're talking about only translates to positivity, I completely agree. And that's why I'm especially excited for this coming weekend, because being vulnerable is also a part of finding your voice. And finding your voice, I mean, the kingdom is voice activated, is something that Mr. Les Brown has said, and that resonated so deeply. The kingdom is voice activated. What you want, you have to call out for. And if you want it, you have to be vulnerable and real. It's not saying, I'm the king of the world. I'm the best in my whole life. I can't get any better. It's like, no, look, I need to improve. I need to get a little bit better. I need some help. I need somebody who's done it before me. Who can I look to? Who can I find? Right? So this coming weekend, we're attending this incredible event not because we
Okay.
are the kings of our own world, because we are the champions and the all-knowing, right? I mean, that's myself. I'd love to hear about you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we have I'm so excited about this weekend. You guys have no idea what's about to happen. Okay, I'm just going to take a
Mm-hmm.
moment in here right now, Lovely, because we actually need to have this discussion. Okay, so we're talking about what it means to get through stuff and achieve stuff and to go into the goal that you're going to have. And being part of this group, our Matrix group, we're being blessed to host. Like, we are part of this. We are getting to be able to organize. Jamie has been working her booty off to get this, to help with this happening. But we have the great Mr. Les Brown coming into Toronto this weekend just to show you the mindset we have, just to show you that we're in a place where we're like, we're gonna go and be able to take care of us. We're gonna be able to achieve our dreams. We're gonna go into the direction. And because that we are being led by this amazing person, Mr. Byron Nelson, aka Coach, there's a picture, I guess these guys saw us, where we're like two girls, one plane, two girls, like 3 days and 4 hours in New York or whatever.
Oh, God.
And because we went down there, Coach was down there with us, and just being in that mind space to allow things to really happen is we got to meet Les Brown.
What
the
a blessing.
fact that
So
is
cool.
being mentored by Les Brown while everybody else was in their little VIP lunch, he literally spent a good 45 minutes, an hour, making sure that every single one of us got to be able to answer a question. This is the kind of community that you want to be around. This is the kind of thing that we'll need to have this conversation about. What it means to the possibilities and the achievements. If you allow yourself to be in good space, if you allow people to be kind to you, to support you, to motivate you, to uplift you, to be there for you, good things happen into your life just by association. We talk about 6 degrees of separation, and we have the ability to have, because we know Coach, and we didn't know at the time that he was being mentored by Les, but now we get to be part of this. We get to also just have a part of a connection with Coach himself and Les Brown himself, and be in his presence. These guys have been through things. These guys like, sometimes we look at people and we see them, and now that they're in a different status of life, we think that they're out of our league or they're too far, but they started like us. They didn't come out where they were just, spoon and fork, silver spoon and things like that. They had to achieve, they had to strive, they had to get to a level, they had to fight for it. Like, we fight every single day, tooth and nail, to be on a place where we are just being sorry, I've seen Fasana, and I'm getting lost here.
But we love you, Fasana.
Our mindsets are being placed in it where we're coachable and we're learnable and we're learning about different things, and we're being led by an amazing person that's teaching us how to obtain things that everybody else is doing. So as said, it's like, they are consistent. Yes, they are. Thank you for joining us right now, my love. Thank you so much. I love you too, Lovely. I love you too.
I love you.
Just finishing with his last conversation, so I know that he'll be joining us very soon. But I want the people that are here to understand the kind of person that has been in my presence. If you've known me, there have been times where there's been people that have been leaders, or that have come in for a season or reason, and have come into my life to speak different things. But there's something different about Coach. There's something different about who he. Like, people sit back and they look at me and they think, oh my gosh, Chloe, you're so lovable. You're so, like, you love everything. And he's like the Energizer Bunny, like me on the Energizer Bunny. And it's just ridiculous. It didn't matter where we go. It doesn't matter if we go to New York. It doesn't matter if we go somewhere and there's people from all around the world. When we say that this man is world renowned, we're talking people of different cultures, people from London, Japan, Mexico, people from the States, people from different parts of the UK. Like, the places that he's been, Italy, France, the places that he's been, the people that he's met, he just allows himself to be loved, and then in turn give love. And we are being in a place where, because we know pain, let me actually have this real conversation with you guys. Give me 1 second. My phone's about to die. You know, this cannot happen in the middle of this conversation.
That's hilarious.
Okay,
Hi,
here we
Fasana. Hi, Donald. Hi, guys. We love you.
here. We know pain. Every single person that is on this call, every single person that you meet, every single person that you interact with, it doesn't matter if they look all pretty right now. You know, I got my makeup on, Jamie's over in the couch having a wine. It doesn't, we know pain. We know good, we know bad, we know positive, we know negative, we know pain. But the fact of the matter is the pain that we've experienced, if it's truly been life-changing to us, it means it shifts our mind. It means that we don't want to make somebody else have the pain that we have had, and we don't want to make someone else feel that. Like, if we know what it means to cry, if we know what it means to have someone hurt us, if we know what it means to have someone tear us down, we don't want to give that experience to somebody else.
Absolutely.
And so we're just in a place where we just want to be happy and be loved and give love and be in a place where everyone's like, hey, we're all trying to achieve, we're all trying to do good things, we're all trying to take care of our family, we're trying to take care of our parents, we're trying to take care of our children, we're trying to take care of ourselves. I'm trying to take care of leave something for my nephew and nieces, and just different things that I believe in. And I'm just trying to get to a place where I get to be this positive person for other people. And because I'm being positive, other people are just being drawn to us. Like, people look at us and they're like, you smile too hard. What is it that you're just happy about? And I'm like, life. You know, and then they're like, I want to be around you. And because you are happy, other people come around you and are happy. And then it just draws amazing people into your space. And again, like you said, how you see the world is how you live in the world, right? Like, if you see positive things in the world, even though that there are negative things, you can still have a positive life and lifestyle. Am I making sense,
Absolutely.
girl?
Absolutely. And I think what you're talking about is so poignant. I attended a luncheon today where this incredible woman was talking about her experiences in the business world. Dame Helena, she just came out with a wonderful book called, oh gosh, I'm going to find it and I will reference it because she has an incredible story where she's talking about how the positivity that you bring in your own personal life will also be reflected in business, and how it's not just about surrounding yourself with people who are going to talk great things, but people who are going to take action towards driving change in their business, in their personal life, in all those sort of spaces. And she actually had a really great conversation piece about how, like her conversation and her story and her book is really focused on how women aren't, it's not enough to lean in anymore, right? It's not enough to kind of sit at a table with a man and try and emulate their experiences, trying to be their own aggression. What you're talking about is about being your own person, right? Being your own person, finding that positivity for yourself and translating that into every area of your life, translating that into your personal, translating that into your business, translating that into how you show up in the world and how you're serving other people, right? And I think that's an incredible thing, because when you're talking about giving back, I love how you do that, right? You are the positive force in your own life, and then you create that space for other people, and that draws in the right people to your life, right? That's why I love what you have to say, girl. I absolutely admire it. Oh, I'm gonna find this book.
I'm gonna read some of the comments over here because we've got some really good comments coming out. Fasana, hey lovely, glad that you're joining us. Fasana says, you will succeed by staying open, coachable, and consistently learning, especially from people who are so passionate about pouring into you. And it's true. Are you coachable? Are you willing to allow someone to show you a way that can lead you into something better? Are you consistently learning? One of the things that Coach always talks about is you know, not everybody reads, but leaders read. Like, are you putting into yourself? What's your mindset? Like, the great thing about, the amazing thing about who we're with, the Matrix Group, is one of the things that we talk about is the mindset. What are you feeding your brain? If your brain is a seed and it needs to grow, are you giving it water? Are you giving it soda? Are you giving it toxins? Are you giving it bleach? What are you giving it to grow? What are you pouring into it? When you're watching TV, is it only negative stuff, or is it stuff that's giving you insight and growing you and showing you how to go in the direction that you want to grow? Or is it educating you and giving you knowledge? Is it, in fact, that time and space in which you're doing something, is it feeding into you, or is it just wasting your time? Is it just
Absolutely.
wasting your time? Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm. What are the
Dawn,
events you're attending? Are you going to see Les Brown this weekend?
Dawn says, definitely, ladies. Fear's natural attribute is to stop you from continuing in your action. It's for us to reprogram it to work in our favor and push us away from compliancy towards our
Yes.
true purpose, which is excellent. Yes, Donald.
Ooh.
The both of you and the Matrix family show that every day. Mwah! I
I
love
love
you,
it.
Donald. Thank you for that comment.
You're
Thank you
fantastic.
for that
No,
comment.
I think that's so true. I mean, really, mindset is everything. Mindset is key. And mindset will drive every action, every change, every facet of your life. I mean, hi, Kelvin. Hi, Andrew. Hi, friends. Um, Kelvin is actually a martial arts friend of mine that I met at a BJJ seminar, at a rollathon with Scott, who I think was on this call earlier.
Hmm.
And that is a community of mindset training. I mean, talk about pushing through when you think that you're tired. I mean, I was actually having a conversation with an ultra marathon runner the other day. This guy, excuse me, this guy runs 120 kilometers. Oh, but it's an example of your body is the aspect, your body is the part that's telling you, no, 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 that's enough. And it's your brain that says, no, no, we can keep going. We can do this, right? And it's
Yeah.
training your brain, right? It's everything that we're talking about, and how that translates into your personal life and your relationships that you cultivate in your business, and how you're striving and achieving for greatness in your business, and how you're trying to give back in your own life. I mean, it all comes back to personal development. And when you're talking about mindset, I mean, I would love for you to go into and tell us a little bit about, like, about who Les Brown is to you, Kalila, or to who has been such a positive
Oh,
impact
that's
in
right.
your life for mindset training.
Okay. The funny thing about it is sometimes we want to like make somebody that's really not beside us so like we know so much about them, and I'm not that kind of person. But in terms of the interaction that I've had with Les, in terms of the motivation that he puts out there every single day, the inspiration that he is, the way that he talks, the reality in which it is, he motivates you to strive for greatness,
Mm.
because he makes you want to know that it is obtainable, that it's actually reachable, that it's in its grasp. Like, we sit back and we want to make things seem like it's so far away, but in the way that he speaks, the way that he motivates, the way that he inspires, the way that he talks, the way that he just connects with people, and the truthfulness about him, he lets you know all of these things. It's so amazing, his mindset about your growth and achieving so many things in your life. And I just and he's been around. Like, he's what's so funny is people like to think that he's so like high and like so far away, but he's had his own pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as much as my platform is called My Life with Testimony, it's the exact same thing that he does. He sits in front of people and he shows them and he tells them that he has gone through his own stuff. He has had his own pain. Even now, he deals with stuff. Like, we saw it when we had that
Oh
conversation with
yeah,
him,
he
that he had to
overcame.
rest.
He's a cancer survivor. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could have been the thing that took you out.
Yes.
It could have been the thing that took you out, and he decided, no, it's going to be the thing that makes me push more. It's going to be the thing that
Mm.
makes me tell people that they can have it too. It's going to be the thing that makes them say, let's go. Like, can you imagine being in the room with someone that only wants to feed into you, for like 4 hours? Like, being in the room with someone and he's like, I'm just going to tell you good things, because sometimes you might not be getting it from other people, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is, you can love yourself. You can grow. You can do wonderful things. You can help your family. Those dreams that you've wanted to have when you were a little kid, those things that you wanted to do when you were growing up, they are all attainable if you allow yourself to go in the direction that God blesses you in, and you actually understand that the reason that they're in you, the reason that you have them, the passion that you have, because me and Jenny have two different passions.
Yep.
because we have two different missions. We have two different things. It's in me for me to actually accomplish them, to succeed in them, and to be amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Okay, I have to do a call out. Kelvin, you're hilarious. Oh, hi.
Let
We
me
have
take this moment to introduce you to a wonderful man and being who has been blessing me and Jamie for what, about 4 months now, who just wants to pour love into people, who is very real, he'll tell you like it is. You guys think
look
that
at
I'm
that face. He's like,
you soak in this all in. He is a mastermind. He is a wonderful person, a wonderful being. I like to say that I won't tell you how much older he is than me, but he is so
you're just calling him old, really?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my privilege to take this moment to introduce you to the one and only Mr. Byron Nelson, aka Coach.
Big baby.
Oh my God.
How are you doing today?
I am phenom.
He really is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be in your presence. So we just finished.
What y'all talking about?
We talking about. So today's topic is, funny enough, we called it pain, but it's
Pain.
Now catch this: possibilities and achievements in the midst of negative situations.
I love
Yes.
this acronym. I love this. I think it's incredible.
Hey,
Positive
possibilities
possibilities
and
achievements
in the midst of negative
in
situations.
the midst of negative situations.
Yeah, taking
And I mean-
pain and putting a cheat on it.
Yes, it's through that of a coal that goes through all the pressures to become a diamond.
People don't understand that that cold goes through that pressure.
Pounds and pounds of pressure and pain to become who you need to become. Yes.
Exactly.
So now that you're present right now, tell us a little bit about who you are, why when me and Jamie speak about you, why we get so excited. So people don't understand. We've had a couple of months with this wonderful man. So we have a lot of people that have been coming in and are listening. So tell them a little bit about you and how you've been achieving in your life.
You know what?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, I'd love to introduce you. And that way, I mean, I'm sure you could say. I mean,
Let me
it's
introduce myself.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
allow me to reintroduce myself. I mean, it's one thing to talk about.
No, please, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it's one thing to talk about ourselves, but to have that perspective of how you've impacted other people's lives. I mean, I'm speaking from a place of somebody whose life you have impacted. So, I mean, you can talk about yourself, but I'm sure it'll be very different from my own perspective. So I'd love to just kind of share that and introduce you, if I may.
Please.
Oh, please.
Fantastic.
Shadows, please go right ahead. The wallows and the please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us right now, we are so excited because this coming weekend we have an incredible opportunity to be in the presence of greatness, and not just in the presence of greatness, but to help ourselves, to help each other find our voice of greatness. And that is being motivated and pushed forwards by the incredible Mr. Byron Nelson, Mr. Les Brown, who are just two incredible human beings. And Kalila and I are so lucky that we have been mentored by you, sir, in both a business sense and a mindset sense, learning about leadership and the way that you pour into each of us, even though you have a massive following, just an absolutely incredible. I mean, you are coming out of a speaking engagement right now, and we're so lucky to get a couple of minutes with you. But the way that you help reframe our brains so that we each as individuals can kind of identify where our gaps are, how we can try and be better each day. And it's some of the incredible mandates that you have that you help push forwards, because you say something incredible, which is, don't make me work harder for your dreams than you
Work
are
for
working.
yourself.
Thank you. Work for yourself, which means to me, I mean, how you've shown up in our lives is not just that you're here to give us the answer. You're here to open the door, show us an opportunity and give us the chance to step up in our own lives. And that's an incredible place. So there aren't a lot of people who have walked the path beforehand. In martial arts, a sensei means one who has walked before. It doesn't mean someone who's giving you the answers. It means one who has walked before. And you, sir, are someone who has walked before, and you are showing us a path. So that's who you are to me.
Wow.
So appreciate that. So if you are just seeing this gentleman for the first time, he is a sensei and a true right.
I stand in honor of that introduction. I am very emotionally spent from the speaking engagement I just finished. But more than anything, it really is a matter of paying it forward, and really being an inspiration, not a motivation. Inspire means living a life that other people can see themselves in and gives them permission to be great themselves, versus giving them a glass of helium that just gets them high for the moment. And so what we're doing over the course of this weekend of Saturday is going to be so ridiculously magical, of people who are smart enough to, and I believe there's only a handful of tickets left. It was sold out.
Almost sold out.
Got an extended room to do an overflow to make sure that we had everybody that wanted to participate in this, because we wanted a controlled environment, an intimate environment with the most extraordinary vibration in the room, that people can actually levitate and truly feel the spirit move through them, through the most extraordinary titans that live their life and lead from a servant perspective. And we really want to pour into and allow people to just truly have an event and an experience that they've never had in their life. And that's what this weekend is about. It's really giving birth to a dream of transforming the universe. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be so freaking ridiculous. I just came from in there talking about circumstances, possibilities, and coming out of pain, finding the possibilities out of those negative resources. I'm talking to a woman who's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's a single mother, and she started asking the questions of, what if you don't have money to be a part of something? And I said, that's when the decision is made, that once the decision is made, the universe will converge to finding a way for you, but not until the decision is made. Too many people are looking to find out the how to get the information before they make a decision, not understanding the decision comes before the how to, it's the chicken before the egg. Once that decision has been made, the universe opens up a riptide in the middle of the universe to allow you to do everything you've ever dreamed of. Not necessarily when you want it to happen, but when it's supposed to happen, but it always happens. So that's what this is about more than anything else. And I just wanted to step in because I knew you guys were doing this. I got to get out there. But I love both of you. You guys are greater than me, because I know that the rib is always greater than the heart, because the heart has no protection without a rib.
Aww.
So I love you guys. I appreciate both of you.
Quick question for you. So you are doing this amazing thing. The Voice of Greatness is happening this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, so like we mentioned before, you are being mentored by the wonderful Mr. Les Brown.
Yes.
How did you come to a place where you were put in his presence, and that, like, we know that you're an amazing person, but, how did that come about?
It's been a consistent question over the past couple of weeks, and I believe that once you claim your own greatness, I had this conversation with Jamie earlier today, once you claim your own greatness, it's going to be rough in the beginning, because the universe is not fighting. It's the human race is going to fight against you, not the universe. And once you can get past the masses, then you can get to the classes that will pull you through the eye of the needle. And so my assembly with Mr. Les Brown was me already claiming a space in his life over a year ago. I claimed that space. I truly did. And it just kept moving closer and closer. See, before you claim it, it's just a wish. Then it becomes a dream. Then it looks like the moon. Then the moon gets closer and closer, and you keep moving towards your dreams that then manifest in a belief that two people have the same belief. They don't believe in that person. They have the same belief. And when you believe the same things, then you find that souls start to merge, because they're fighting for something that is so authentic, so transparent, and so real, that goes beyond, I'm here to support you, you're here to support me, but we're fighting for the exact same thing. So I was going to take a bullet for it anyway. So now you got an army of people that then conquer that which people think is impossible. And then they start to understand the power of words, that now I am possible, not impossible. possible. Now that I know that I'm possible, I need to find just a few more people who believe I'm possible, and they create the possibility that other people can never see. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's amazing. So give Toronto. You guys are about to do something completely epidemic, just amazing. You guys are going
biblical proportion.
You are going to blow this place out.
Biblical proportion.
So say something to the lovely people that are out there. If you haven't gotten your ticket as yet, you need to get your ticket.
Voiceofgreatness.com.
Yes, yeah. Tickets are already very, very limited.
Got tickets. No more lunch tickets. Everybody wants to be so close to the garment of, I'll say, Mr. Les Brown, and you know, and the thread that's falling off of my clothes. But so you know, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be really. I'm really it's like Christmas for me. It's like Christmas. And anybody who's a part of it, who wants a shift, they want a shift. They want a shift, a paradigm shift. You know, they want things to change dramatically in their life, economically, mentally, physically, you know, socially, emotionally. If you want a shift, you want to know how to let go and let God. If you want to truly be able to live into your purpose and your greatness, this would be the event that you would want to be at. This will give you just tectonic plates will shift. There will be an earthquake. So you give them the rest of the information.
Yes.
I love the two of you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
He is off again, ladies and gentlemen, because he still has a room full of people that want to have a conversation with him because of the person that he is. So I think this is a perfect time for us to start closing off, because we just need to tell people about the Voice of Greatness. Again, www.thevoiceofgreatness.com. Jamie, talk to people about how excited you are about this weekend and why you're excited.
Oh, didn't you just hear it? It was amazing. We're gonna get to hear amazing conversations from people who want to only pour into you. I mean, who want to help you reach that place of greatness. This weekend is called Finding Your Voice of Greatness. It's not called, you know, this is how you have to do it. It's like, how can you activate on your best potential? How can you find your greatness? Call that into your kingdom. Ooh, that was a cat.
You know what? I did something that even you didn't know about. I went and I bought an extra ticket. And I bought an extra ticket before ticket sales set me up, because I decided that before we even had this conversation on live today, I was going to give someone a ticket that decided that they wanted. Listen, why not?
It's a great idea. You're giving away a gift.
This is how it's about to go down. If you want to be in front of these people this weekend, if you want to be in an atmosphere that is only going to pour into you, if you want to hear from people that have come out of nothing to become something great, if you want to see industry titans that are going to pour into you and educate you and motivate you and lift you up, because sometimes the rest of the world is not going to, I'm going to say this. You're going to send me a direct personal message, me and Jamie. You're going to send us a direct personal message, and you're going to give us a one-liner, not two, one-liner of why you want to be there. You have between now and midnight to send us something. And then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we are going to post who gets that extra ticket, because you need to be in this presence of all of these people. Not just, it's not even just about having Les Brown. Being in front of him is going to be so ridiculously amazing. Being in front of Coach and Mr. Byron Nelson is just going to uplift you and shift your mind. Just being in his presence for 10 minutes shifts your mind. But you're going to be in a room full of hundreds of people who are all of the same like as you, who all want to do amazing things with themselves. You have no idea what can happen when you put yourself in such a positive environment, who you will meet. So if you have decided and you've made the decision, like Coach says, before everything else happens, if you've made the decision that you want to be at the Voice of Greatness, you're going to send me and Jamie a personal message on our Facebooks, and then we're going to pick somebody and we're going to allow you to come with us, because we bought our tickets. Jamie, you got your ticket?
Yes.
We've had our ticket. You guys don't understand. We got people from London, England flying in. We've got people from Arizona, Los Angeles, New York. We have people from New York driving up to be part of this. We have people from around the world that are coming because they understand what this opportunity means for them, what it means to put themselves in a presence of greatness and people that have attained and people that want to pour into you. And they know that when they walk away, it's just going to be amazing for themselves, and it's going to put them in the direction that they want to be in. I am so excited, Jamie.
I'm excited. We're going to have a great time. I know. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up, friends. This has been amazing. I've had a wonderful evening with you. I've had a wonderful evening sharing it with everybody else too. I have to say, we're going to send the message out to a couple of different people. If you send a one-liner to Khalil or myself, tickets right now are $197. They are that is not even like a little bit of the value that you're going to be getting. That is like these prices should be like 5 times the price.
The truth of the matter is people pay $5,000.
Yeah.
It's really not.
It's incredible. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I've had a great time with you, Ms. Kalila. Thank you so much. Donald, Fasana, I see you guys still messaging. Matt, hi, Matt. Hi, guys. Oh, my God. Matt's a really cool human, actually. Rochelle, one of my favorite people ever. And Kelvin. Right. I have to do a shout out to Kelvin because I just had to say, I'm so glad that you pulled over to write a message, drive safe, arrive alive. He actually runs an incredible business called Rise MMA, RIZE, mixed martial arts. Because it's all about when you've been shut down, when you've fallen down, not when you fall down, when you've hit the ground, right? How are you getting back up? I love it.
All right. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everybody that has joined us. Thank you for supporting this platform. We're going to be coming with a lot more conversation, other mentors, other people that we know that are doing great things, because we want to have real conversation. So, Jamie, I'm just going to ask you this one question. Give us something to close off with, a little food for thought to make people realize, how do they get through their pain? How do they take something that they think is negative? How do they get possibilities and achievements in the midst of negative situations? What do you want to say to them? She's like, I don't know.
God, you're hitting me with the tough questions at the end. Oh my God. You know what? When I'm speaking to anybody, I'm only speaking to myself. So when you ask me something like that, all I could think of is what I would say to myself, which is, who would you be if you had the greatest people, the greatest minds in business, in mindset, in leadership, in personal development? Who would you be? Who would you choose to be? Who would you decide to be if you had that kind of support? And then now that you have an opportunity to surround yourself in that space, are you willing to take the risk to be that person, to step into your greatness?
Yes, I am. I am. All right. I am. And I hope you guys that are watching are too. I hope that you know that you are worth becoming something great, that you are worth achieving the dreams that you have, that you are worth fulfilling the things and being happy and not always being in a negative place, but being in just joy and goodness and kindness and love and achieving what it is that you are deserving of. There's a reason why it's in you, so let's go out and get it. I'm Kalila. I'm saying
signing off.
Bye, you guys. Signing off. Bye, you guys.
Bye.